All right, we are live, Tiff. We are
We're
live.
live. I was trying to get that thing out the corner. How we did that again?
I don't remember. For me, it's just a click. I just click. It's something that says hide, hide, or show vertical. Hide vertical or show or close vertical. That's all I do. Tiffany's gone. Okay, she'll be back. So the streaming service we use, it has some kind of you
Um, it
hit the
wound up coming off. I was trying to.
okay.
Okay, I was trying to take it off, but it's not coming off. Hey, everybody!
All right. So
Welcome to the Black Therapy Show.
so this is the birthday weekend for Tiffany and Kev. Kev
Woo! Sagittarius. Shout out to all the Sagittarius.
Maybe Kevin is still celebrating his birthday with Patricia. Maybe Patricia is Patricia has Kev busy. So Kev, if you don't make it to the show today, we
He
understand.
just sent a message. He said he coming in now or something.
Okay, put your pants on and come on the show, Kev.
Ooh.
All right, everybody. So today I have to say this should be a trigger warning because we're gonna start the show with the if you haven't seen it, there's a sister in Dallas that was at the hospital and she was in labor and she was totally being ignored by the nurse. You'll see the video and it was very heart wrenching for me. I'm sure it was for you also, Tiffany.
Yes.
Kind of brought some tears to our eyes to see a person treated like that. What up, Kev?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey.
I thought you were getting your yearly BJ.
My what?
Yearly BJ.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
For your birthday?
Are we live?
Yes,
Yes, we're live.
Well, thanks for telling me.
When you got on at 7 o'clock, you know he's a stickler for time.
He's not a stickler for ending the show on time. He's a stickler for starting on time.
Okay. I get you on that one.
birthday.
Start at 7 and end at midnight on any ever day.
How you
What's up?
doing, Kev? You felt Kev. So those of you who don't know, Kevin was away doing the show, and Patricia sent a hitman to bump him off. The junk jammed. And
You better. This is all jokes. Do not listen, because I don't want nobody sending in no messages. Help trying to find
what
out
happened.
if
This is what Kev
Patricia is okay.
No, she probably did. I ain't even gonna lie about it. No, it was after my show. I was performing in Miami, Florida last week, and after my show, I didn't do the valet parking like everybody else. So I decided to walk to my car and walking down some back steps at this beautiful venue I was performing at called the Riviera.
Mm-hmm.
I went walking down these concrete steps. It's about 15 steps. And I tumbled down about at least 8 of them.
Wow.
And had no control. It was like a cartoon. I was falling like a cartoon. I couldn't believe it. I was in so much pain. I thought I was going to, I really thought,
You
I
fell
thought I was
down
going to
the
die.
stairs
Yeah, I fell down.
like Aunt Bundy does every year.
These were concrete stairs, and they were steep,
no.
and they were dark. And I'm a big guy, and the more you weigh, the harder you fall, they say. So I went tumbling down, and the only thing that stopped me from going down all the stairs was there was a gap, that separated the other probably 8 stairs to get to the bottom. So if I wasn't for that gap, I probably wouldn't even be here, because I'm telling you right now,
Oh no.
I was on trajectory of death at that moment. It was that bad. I was in that much pain, and I lost my cell phone. I fell. I didn't drop my phone. When I hit the bottom step, I looked at my hand and saw my phone.
Normally, so you lost it, or it went up in the air when you went down the stairs, or what?
No, the phone stayed in my hand the whole time for some reason. I had a glass water bottle in one hand, a duffel bag in one hand, and a cell phone in one hand. So my hands were fully occupied with more than it should have been. And I'm walking down steps, and I'm on the phone, and I just started tumbling. I just lost my balance, and my knee gave out. Something happened. I just went down the steps, and when I finally hit the bottom, I looked at my phone, and the screen was completely gone off the phone, like gone. And so I had no phone. Period. It was done.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Only people lose their shoe. You
Yeah.
didn't lose your shoe, did you?
I ain't lose a shoe, but
Damn.
I should have because my foot, I was in so much pain. I don't know how I got back to my hotel. I don't know how I got to the airport the next day. I was just,
Did you go to the doctor? Did you say you broke a rib or something?
I thought I had a broken rib because, but I didn't go to the doctor. No.
First of all, you are past the age limit, both you and Carl. Your ass, we got to go to the doctor. Okay, you fall and bust your behind, you got to go to the doctor. Okay, make sure you ain't no internal bleeding.
Yeah,
Okay,
Mom.
I don't care. Sure, I'm you, Patricia. Good, because I would have dragged you straight to the primary doctor. Let's go.
Tiffany has us with one foot in the grave, Kev. She says, especially you and Carla.
Your age. Damn. Speaking of age, Tiffany.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah, I
birthday.
just made 50. Thank you,
Happy
darling. And I will be
birthday.
waiting
Happy
for y'all
birthday.
cash apps. Y'all think
Happy
I'm playing
birthday.
games with y'all. Y'all been friends with me for almost 3 years. Working, I work here every Sunday.
Damn, Tiff, we didn't even get a cash app. What are you talking about?
I need one. Thank you. I'll be appreciating. I'll be looking for it. Walking money 75. Thank you. All right.
All right, let's get the party. Well, it's not really going to be a party
No,
because
it's not. It's
our first topic. Tiffany, can you do us the honors before we get started?
Hello, everybody. Welcome again to the Black Therapy Show. We do not own the rights to this content. We do not own the rights to the music. It's for educational purposes only. It's for entertainment purposes only. Everything that we say is alleged. Okay? We don't own nothing. It's our opinions only. Please make sure you like and subscribe, leave a comment, and let us know what you think.
All right, thank you. And please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get notified when we go live. So today we're going to cover, like I said, the Dallas mom who was in the hospital about to have a baby, and you would not believe the way she was treated. Also, there's a Chicago mom that was accosted. These look like little munchkins. It's like a band of friggin' pygmies that attacked this black
You
mother.
said, did you call them little pygmies?
I mean, right, like these. This mom and her kids were attacked by a mob of little kids, and it's I don't know what's going on in Chicago, but that was also hard.
It's not good at all. And a lot of people is saying we cannot blame the parents, but children are canvases of parents. And I never ever, and I know you two also, we was never raised to abuse a elder or somebody that was older than us. Especially seeing these young people jump on her, punch her in her head, beat up, slam her. Like they did not care at all. Like they didn't think about what their mother would do, what would their mother think, what would God say. Like these children today, this behavior is very much unacceptable.
Yes. Donna is saying hi. What's up, Donna? We haven't seen Scooby Doo in the last 3 weeks. Scooby, we hope you're okay. Maybe we said something to piss you off. Maybe you're sick. Maybe you're traveling. Maybe you're on vacation. But hopefully, Scooby D2, one of our regulars, we have not heard from him in a while. So Gina is out of the hospital. She's doing well. So Gina, shout out to you. Gina called me couple times, but I was with my mom, so I didn't get a chance to return. But I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Gina had you in the will. We leave all that money that she has, and but since she pulled through, you'll get that cash she got now.
Yeah, Gina put a picture of her lung up there. It was like discretion is advised, and I said, "What the hell is that?"
It was of her lung.
Yeah, she took a picture or she took a picture of what they pulled out of her.
Oh, really?
And stuff. Yeah, she talked about the food. She talked about, she said it wasn't sanitary. She couldn't wait to get up out of there. But she's healing, and she said she's blowing through her little thing for her lungs and stuff. So we send her love and blessings and healing vibes.
All right, so Scooby Doo is all right. He says I'm all right, mate. Hope you all are well. I guess.
He's there. Hey, Scooby.
Yeah. What's up, Scoob? All right. I was good to know that you are all well and good. So yeah. So today's show, if you look at the title of the show, and it says, "Listen up, Black people. Most white people don't care." Please let that sink in. And of course, on the show, we always say we're not speaking about all white people. And by now, if you watch the show, you should know that. But this just goes to the first video, just goes to show. I can never understand how people can be so callous towards another human being. You know what I mean? This video, I literally felt the tears welling up in my eyes watching this video.
Imagine if you had a vagina.
If I would not be working, that's for sure.
Yikes. That's a whole nother show.
So please comment on what you think about this video and let us know, your thoughts. And I know we want to feel like the world is getting better as far as racial tension goes, but it's stuff like this that makes you think that we're still the same.
I never thought it was going until those systems is tore down and started all over again for a multicultural set of people. It's always going to be against us, Carl.
Well, that wasn't reassuring. So
I know it hurts.
Thanks, Tiffany. Thank you, Tiff.
No, but come on, let's keep it real. We know that the system, it works for them, but it doesn't work for us. And we saw that how they treated two mothers. It's not only her; it was two women that were treated a certain type of way.
Absolutely, but I think it's safe to say that half of the white people in America feel this way, and then there's the other half who see side. But all right, here we go.
Is this racism or coincidence?
Right now. What? How many times have you been pregnant? 3. This is your 3rd pregnancy? Yes. You have 2 babies. It's in my ass. You have 2 babies at home. Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor. Y'all treat all your patients like this or just the Black ones? Her due date is the 10th.
It was the 10th.
She got 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home. I bet y'all listen next time. When you found out you was delivering at this hospital, your ass should have changed doctors. Everybody say how they treat people here.
A widely shared TikTok video shows a woman, Carrie Jones, in visible pain and in a wheelchair while waiting in the lobby of Dallas Regional Medical Center in Mesquite, Texas, despite being in active labor. Her mother...
Now, see, this is exactly the shit that makes me say bullying needs to make a comeback. Because clearly embarrassment is the only thing that makes people do their fucking job. Let me say this loud for the people in the back. Stop going into healthcare if you cannot show compassion for all people. If you haven't seen the video of the woman in active labor who sat in the waiting room for 30 minutes before even going into intake at the Dallas Regional Medical Center in Texas, which is extremely confusing because they offer labor and delivery at the hospital, and they say on their websites they pride themselves in compassion and comfortable care for mothers. But is the compassion in the fucking room with us? Now, if you've ever given birth and you know that pressure you feel in your ass, that's the body's final warning. And the lack of urgency in the fucking room was loud. Surely they should know that this could be extremely dangerous. Delaying care like that puts both the baby and the mother in extreme risk. Loss of oxygen, emergency delivery, hemorrhaging, fetal distress. This isn't a small mistake. This is a mistake that can cost a life. Pure negligence. And if this is how they treat women on camera, imagine the shit that they're doing when they're not getting caught.
When a woman goes into labor and she goes into the emergency room, the lady at the front desk is supposed to say, "Are you in active labor?" If the answer is yes, they do not pass go, they do not collect $200, they go directly to labor and delivery. The ER and labor and delivery are two separate departments. At that point, it's labor and delivery's responsibility to collect all the information that they need, not the ER triage people. Let's just say there was some sort of a misunderstanding when the lady had gone in there to get checked in. She may have gone up to the front desk and said, yeah, we're supposed to come in to be induced today. So yeah, I can understand that if you're coming in to be induced, then yeah, you're not in active labor. You don't need to go back to labor and delivery right away. Then ER triage can get you checked in. And even if the mom and the daughter had said that they were coming in later on to be induced, from the video, it was clearly that she was in active labor. And in that situation, again, you don't pass go, you don't collect your $200. And some people are saying, well, the nurse was probably having black fatigue or she was just overworked. And well, if that's the case, then maybe she needs to go somewhere where there's a little bit more snow.
The mother of the woman who was being consistently ignored by the white nurse in Texas, she just posted an update that mommy and baby are doing well, and I put the video in my caption. She said that it was clear that the baby was in distress because he actually had a bowel inside of the mother's womb, which is going to require further testing because that can cause problems that he would not have or potentially have had that nurse did what she was supposed to do, which was ensure that the mother got to labor and delivery immediately. I want Black folks to also be reminded that we celebrate these billionaires, these Black billionaires specifically, but we don't have any hospitals of our own. We don't have any facilities that as a Black person that we can walk into and indeed feel safe because we understand that it is for us by us. Every single Black billionaire that we know will get a liquor brand, a clothing brand, a perfume, a makeup line, a hair care line. No schools, and I'm not talking about charter schools that they done slap their name on. No chain of grocery stores, no healthcare facilities, pharmacies. Oh, and because Democrat and Republicans in Congress and the Senate are besties, millions of people are going to lose their healthcare, meaning millions of people are going to lose their lives. Because in one of the nations that's considered the wealthiest, folks don't care about the next person until it happens to them or someone they know.
Fuck! When's your due date? Right now! Is your due date 11? What? How many times have you been pregnant? 3! This is your third pregnancy? Yes! You have 2 babies at home? It's in my ass! You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor. Y'all treat all your patients like this or just the Black ones?
Everyone's the first patient for you. Alright, last name is Jones. She's G3P2. I'm not sure when her due date is.
Her due date
I
is
just
the
said
10th.
it was the 10th. I think her due date is the 10th.
She got 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home. I bet y'all listen next time. When you found out you was delivering at this hospital, your ass should have changed doctors. Everybody say how they treat people here.
There are white people who mean right and in heart want to do right, but they're so few. If 10,000 rattlesnakes was coming down that aisle now, and I had a door here I could shut, and in that 10,000, 1,000 meant right. 1,000 rattlesnakes didn't want to bite me. I knew they were good. Should I let all these rattlesnakes come down, hoping that 1,000 get together and form a shield? Or should I just close the door and stay safe?
I think that
You understand? The Viet Cong are not all bad, but America's still dropping bombs. In Hiroshima, the Japan wasn't bad, but she still dropped the bomb. In Korea, they weren't bad, but they still dropped the bomb. So now I'm going to forget the 400 years of lynching and killing and raping and depriving my people of freedom, justice, equality, the first fired, last hired, the lowest of low, last respected. And I'm going to look at 2 or 3 white people who are trying to do right and don't see the other million trying to kill me. I'm not that big of a fool, and I'm not going to deny it. I believe everything.
But we don't hate white people. We
know white people. We know the history of white people. No, whites and blacks cannot get along. This is nature. It's getting worse every day. The latest government fact-finding committee just said that things are becoming to be separate, just two societies, black and white. That's what we've been telling you, separation. Now the government admits that that's coming. No, I'm uncomfortable. I'm real comfortable with you. Of course, I know how far to go with you. I'm not going to go home with you now and flirt with your daughter. I'm not going to try to push you out of your suburb. That's why I like Governor Wallace. He tells the truth. That truth he tells we like. He tells the truth. Well, I don't agree with everything nobody say, but I like what he say when he says that Negroes shouldn't force itself into white neighborhoods and white people shouldn't have to move out of the neighborhoods just because one Negro comes. If they don't want to sell the house to him, he shouldn't. Wallace is admitting that this ain't right and let the people do what they want to do. They need local government where they can decide what they want to do in their own community and just don't make some northern so-called liberal come in and bust the neighborhood up and they all have to pack up and go somewhere else and always be out. This is why Elijah Muhammad teaches us that they need some land of their own where they can produce and build their own homes, schools, factories, and hospitals since they're suffering and been turned away from many of whites, and get some land since we helped build America to be fit to the richest states on the planet, fought in all American wars to help maintain and uphold the government. Why not should we have some of the land where we can build and construct? Negroes are doctors, Negroes are lawyers, physicians, mechanics, plumbers, electricians. Why not can we go somewhere now and build a future for our children such as other people? Why should we just remain? Elijah Muhammad teaches us that God taught him, not me, that this land should be here or elsewhere, just like all people. No people can be free and independent without land. No people can be free if they can't feed themselves. No people can be free if they don't clothe themselves. Negroes are 22 million people, Elijah Muhammad teaches us. We don't make shoestrings. 22 million people and don't have a toothpick factory. 22 million people, if you white people closed the grocery stores tomorrow, we would starve to death. Elijah Muhammad's buying hundreds of thousands of acres of farmland throughout the country, canning up and food and taking it to supermarkets and his restaurants. He's building all over the country. He's got his own colleges, universities. He's on radio worldwide now, national here in America. He's on TV in Washington. He prints 2 million newspapers a week called Muhammad Speaks. And he's got mosques and temples all over the country, and he is the black man for black people to follow. Close all the doors on me. I'm not allowed to work in America, out of America. I was stopped right in my prime just when I started making money. So you can't compare me with nobody like Joe Louis or nobody. If I would only deny my faith, if I would only join up against my religion, I could easily go back to making millions. So I can always say that I turned this down. I didn't lose it. I turned it down, and I go out still with my head high. And money, the flesh and the blood of my freedom, of the flesh and the blood and the freedom of my people, comes before money.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you break the black therapy show. You in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know, with Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We'll be giving you empathy, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. It's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.
All right. We saw that video. That was pretty heart-wrenching to watch that, sister. I mean, how could that lady just sit there and be so calm? Well, we know how. I mean, we've seen it before. You know, we've all.
They wasn't raised to give us empathy or sympathy. They don't think that we have pain. We go through it, so.
You know, and Muhammad Ali at the end, he said, I mean, and I don't think anyone thinks like him. And Kevin and we say this all the time on the show. He said, the flesh and the blood of his people comes before money.
Yeah.
You know? Unfortunately, that's now how a lot of us think. Today, the money comes first, and then we worry about others. You know,
morals later. But also something that was spoken to: why we don't have our black hospitals. You know why? Because they don't want to give funding. They don't want to give people that own black hospital. It always has to have a white hand in it. And it's really sad that we have money and we should try to open up black hospitals because of this situation, how they feel about us.
Yeah. Yeah, why don't we have a black hospital? Do we have? Do we don't? We don't
No,
have.
we don't. I have not heard of one. Okay, so back in the days, maybe during the, the when we were separated from each other, they had the doctors that either came to your home or they had little practices and stuff because we was not treated a certain way. But once we was brought together, the white water is better. People will go right over there with the white water where we should have stayed where we was at and we should have built from there, and built up something. That's why I really don't mess with the mega churches. I told you I visited a mega church a few years ago. It can fit almost 10,000 people. And the first thing I asked is, do you have your own hospitals? And he said, no. I said, well, you have your own schools? He said, no. What about supermarkets? He said, no. So they don't help the community. It's not for the community. It's not for the people. So when we go through situations where you see this pregnant woman, and she's not the only one. There was another one that they discharged her and she had her baby in the car. Okay. And you have more women now picking doulas. I don't know, y'all know what doulas is, where they come in and they help them have the baby at home because a lot of women do not want to deal with the behavior of the medical system. It does not treat us nice. Yeah, there are some nice ones out there that really do it for the love. Shout out to those people. But you have people that just doing this for the money, you understand, or they're doing it because they have to do it at that situation, for that time and situation. And then you have people that really don't like black people, and we talking about the white people that are in this field, which is that lady that was sitting her ass down and not once. First of all, as soon that girl started screaming and hollering, she should have got her a gurney. Okay, she should have got her something that she can lay down on. She should have got she should have got in touch with one of the top doctors or whoever's the doctor of that time that's there, because they have different shifts. Listen, we need someone to come down and check on her. We want to make sure how far is she with her centimeters. She could have been like, I think she had the baby 10, 15 minutes after they finally put her in because her centimeter was probably open. And you saw her get up and get on her knees and started screaming about her butt. They said once it gets to the butt, that's it. She's done. She needs the what's what. So I blame the whole system, but they said the lady was fired.
No, she wasn't fired. She was put on leave with pay.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. And
Hey,
if they allow that, that's horrible. So the girl should sue them.
Yeah.
so while you guys were talking, I was Googling here, and I just Googled black-owned dentists. And there are a lot of black-owned, I don't know about black-owned hospitals, but we do have black-owned doctors that run their own practices, like black-owned dent. There's a bevy of black-owned dentists here that popped up on my Google here, and nationwide, different cities and stuff. There's an Instagram page too. Follow us on Instagram. So they have black-owned dentists, and they have an Instagram page for black-owned dentists. They have their own practice. Yeah. So I think there's probably other doctors that are black-owned and have their own practices. Chiropractor maybe, or dentists. Of course, I just saw things of that nature. Now
they don't have a facility or urgent care.
They have they have their own practice. They have a building.
No, but you
that
talking
you can
about a
walk in and get
facility,
your
a
damn teeth fixed.
hospital.
No, I said that. I said I don't think we have a black-owned hospital, but we have black doctors who have practices in their specialty.
Right.
Like dentist or chiropractor or different types of
Cardiologist,
medical, stuff like that. So there are black doctors who have their own black practices that cater to black people. Same way we have funeral homes that cater to black people, right? I mean, there's black funeral homes that only black bodies go to. We talked about this years ago on this show that one of the most segregated things in America is funeral homes. Like, people don't even want to be buried, in the same place. Like, white people got funeral homes they go to, and black people got funeral homes they go to. Like, we can't even go to the same damn funeral home we dead. That makes no sense. That's how messed up America is. Just different funeral homes. You know, there's white caretakers and white, you know, and black. You know, it's crazy. Like you take a
Yeah, they
funeral
do.
home, would take anybody, but no, white people will go to funeral homes that only cater to white bodies, white people, and black people do the same thing. We go to funeral homes that are run by, you know, black people. So, but yeah, I just Googled that and found a lot of
It's
dentists
many
there,
doctors, Kev. It's
and
many
many of them are
doctors
women.
that have
Yeah,
it.
I'm not saying that. I know we know there's a lot of black doctors. What I'm saying is black doctors who have their own practices that that have their own practices. So I'm looking at over a dozen black doctors, dentists, for example. I just followed them on Instagram, but yeah, and there's a lot of them. So I'm sure on this page you'll probably see other doctors. As I stroll through their Instagram page, there's lots of black doctors. A lot of them are women. There's some brothers on here, but a lot of women too, dentists, black women dentists. And I see a lot of brothers that got their own practices. Yeah, different places around the country. So
So we need urgent cares. We need something that like a woman when she's about to have a baby and she needs to go to a facility. Now that should be a message. You know, open up some urgent care, you know, for black people or people that first of all they're gonna say it's prejudice if we just open it just for black people, okay? But you
well,
know,
they say
have
that
something
anyway.
that's
Who cares?
predominantly for black people. Huh?
They say that having Howard University, HBUCs, how many times have we heard that having black colleges are racist? We hear that all the time. You know,
Uh-huh.
like, and we know why we have them because we couldn't go to your damn schools, right? That's why we have them.
Right.
But so we don't care what they say. You know, there should be some black urgent cares. You're absolutely right. I don't know if there is.
No, it's not. Because if that's the case, we should have in each town a black urgent care where we have nothing but black doctors that's dealing with people of color that can be able to be taken care of properly, you know, and have some type of compassion. Also, it's not only the doctors. What about the people that's working in the healthcare system, periodly? We got our registered nurses, you got the therapists, you got the CNNs. A lot of them are very horrible and mean spirited. And a lot of them do come from different countries. You understand that? That one was an old school white woman that we were seeing. But you come here, where you up here in New York, I have saw it for myself in the hospitals here in Brooklyn or the urgent cares. A lot of them are very disgusting. And this is the time where people are coming there because they're sick. You understand? And they need assistance and help. They don't need nobody being nasty or rude to them. You should not, just like that lady said, you should not be in doing a job that you do not like or you're not happy with. Go somewhere else.
Well, I just found a black-owned urgent care ready to serve the community. Um, says the urgent care industry is valued at 18 billion and growing. Black-owned urgent care in Brooklyn. Yeah.
Where in Brooklyn so I can go? Where? I haven't
Uh,
heard of it.
yeah.
It got some white hands on it. Don't never get that twisted.
There's a website called Shop Black. It's SHOPPE, Shop Black. If you pull that up, calling Tiffany in your convenience. Shop Black is a website, but on the Shop Black website, it says Black-owned urgent care in Brooklyn. And they got a picture of it right here. Tells you how it was inspired. The doctor behind it is Dr. Tamara Mosi. I'm probably said her name wrong. Dr. Tamara Moisedo. That's her name. She's one of the doctors. Another doctor there is Dr. Waitson Fields. So they're just showing the black doctors here, and they got a whole group of them standing out front, red ribbon cutting ceremony when this thing opened. So it's in Brooklyn,
I'm
New York
trying to
City.
look for it now because I
Hospital.
ain't never hear it. Okay.
Yeah, it's a black in Flatbush. I don't know
I
much about New
see
York City
one
because I don't
that
know much about New
opened.
York. I don't
Where
know much.
will black
Yeah, I'm not a New York person, so I don't know much about New York. But yeah, so they do have one. Now, I'm looking at the pictures now. The black doctors working on a young teenager who has a sprained leg right now. So they do everything here. I'm looking at it right now. They got a great website. Oh, here it is right here. Big Apple Urgent Care, 3805 Church Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. You know where that's at, Tiff?
Yes, it is. It's in Flatbush, and I don't know if I'll be going over there all the way in Flatbush. Let's see. I know
Okay, I'll just let you know we do have one, sister.
I see one in Chicago. They got one in Chicago,
Yeah,
and
so we
I'm
do
trying to
have
look
them
for
is
the
what I'm
one in
getting at.
Brooklyn.
We have
Hold
one.
on.
We have them. So we do have stuff that we don't know about because we don't study. And this show, that's why we have this show, so we can learn. So we're learning something here today. We do have urgent cares that are Black owned. We do have Black doctors who have their own practices. Like I said, I found a whole website, a whole Instagram page for Black dentists. So if you need to get your teeth done, you want only a brother or sister to do it. They're out there. Do your homework. So we have this shit, Tiff. We have this stuff, man. We have.
Well, that's all. This they just opened a few years ago because I
I
think one
got
of them
you.
is 28. One is 2018,
Right,
and one is just recent. So
right,
they
right.
just started. They didn't have it before.
I got
You
you. But
know.
we're moving forward. The
Uh huh.
people are thinking like people are getting it done. So that these ones that they have is probably on a handful of them, but then they're gonna continue to grow. And I don't know who's funding them. I don't know where the money's coming from. These people obviously are doctors. They got money and they got good credit, so they probably can get this stuff done on their own without the help of the man, as we say, right? So from looking at this website, looking at these people out front at this ribbon cutting, it looks like this is all Black owned to me. So and yeah. So hey, we're getting
Yeah.
it
Some.
done.
I think her name is Doctor. Like you said, Tamara Mosey, and Watson.
Yeah. So you're on the same page
Wow.
as me, right? Carl, do you find that, buddy? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Carl, are you muted?
No, I'm not muted now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So they got a Facebook page. They got an Instagram page. And it's Shop Black is this Instagram page called Shop Black. I just followed Shop Black. It's HOPPE Black on Instagram. They got a whole
Yes.
page, Shop Black, and they got all sorts of Black businesses on here. Nothing but Black businesses and stuff like that. So it's a beautiful page. I'm looking at it right now. Just all Black businesses and they're like successful brothers and
Well,
sisters
that's
getting in there.
good. If
Yeah,
they had to
that's great.
open up a door to be able to open up doors for every other people, that's good. We need to have it in each town, each county, especially when you have in medical deserts where you cannot get to the medical because a lot of hospitals are being closed down. So by them being closed down is not a lot of places where people can be able to go to get health care. I think they should do it in the red states. You understand? You got to remember, New York. They a white Jewish man said that. He said New York would give you can sit on the ground and they would give you benefits. You understand? But when you go to these other states and they're not nice like that. They don't give benefits or help like that. So if they can open this in each Black town, urgent cares for for Black people to be able to help them with their health, because us as Black people, we don't take care of our health, especially with our men. You understand? Our women, they are thinking about just paying bills and then it be too daggone late. We need places for screenings for cancer and stuff. So if this is a step, people should look at these people's blueprint, which we want to honor and salute them because this is the only one. Our first time I ever heard it by you mentioning it is in Brooklyn and Chicago. You understand what I'm saying? So again, we shout out to them, and I hope this open up doors for people to be able to help, because what happened to those young ladies being pregnant and trying to have a baby, having babies is not easy. I didn't even have them. I saw my sister have it and I was scared to death. Y'all better respect the vagina, okay? But I ain't never ever saw anything. I mean, I was telling my homegirl the other day, when them shoulders be coming out of women, y'all men can't do nothing to women. Them head and shoulders is what wear women out. So we want to shout out to mothers that had natural childbirth. But yeah, definitely shout out to the Black owned urgent kids. We need more of them.
On this page here, there's so many different Black businesses I'm looking at, man. I'm not trying to switch the subject of our show. I'm just looking. I was amazed at this right now, man. It says, here's a Black billionaire right here who heads a Texas largest credit union, which, he's a Black guy. He opened up his own credit union. This 15-year-old girl just got right here, 15-year-old teenager designed a air filter design, and she earned a $11.5 million state funding for her design. That's wow, that's crazy. She's like a teenager, and she designed an air filter that was so good. She got a funding for it, $11.5 million state funding. When you get a chance, man, after the show, I'll look at this website. All sorts
Yeah,
of black business
you
over
can
here.
subscribe to it. We want to give a shout out to them. Maybe we should write them because we're promoting them too. It's
Yeah.
Shop Black, SHOPPE Black BLACK.US.
Yeah, follow
Check
them on
them out.
Instagram.
Subscribe to them.
Follow them on Instagram, definitely. They got all sorts of different black businesses on here. They got a lady on here that sells hair extensions, Tiffany, but hers is non-toxic, which
Oh,
I
the natural one.
yeah, the natural non-toxic ones. She sell those. So her business is advertised on this page also. So yeah, it's all black businesses on this whole page. There's thousands of them. Shop Black. Yeah, which is good to know. We should reach out to them. We will. We will.
Yeah, definitely call, can reach out to them, and tell them that we do black podcasts, and that can be advertisement for us too,
No doubt.
to let them know that we support black owned businesses.
No doubt. No doubt. It was good to know that. So there are black urgent cares. We already know it's
Two.
black. Yeah, we're two. That's better than none. We'll
Yeah.
take it. We'll take it. And so yeah, and like I said, there's tons of black dentists out there, and other black specialists who have their own practices that cater to black people.
When I search for my doctors, that's the first thing I look for is black doctors.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I try to do everything black owned.
And see, we don't do the same. Well, we have black banks, but then we're funny with our money because we don't jump on these black banks. Like One United is a black bank, and when they first came on the scene, black people were scared to bank off them. Like, oh, I don't know, man, I ain't putting my money in no black bank. There's a lot of that going on.
I tried Carver. It's just that I don't. You know what I did? I think it is too. When you try to support your own black businesses and people black owned businesses, a lot of them don't got good customer service.
Oh,
And
my
that's
sister
my
went through that
thing.
today. She went to a black farmers thing today. Her and my niece went out to a black farmers fair or something like that. It's all black farmers. And
I would have loved to go to that.
she was there, and she was my niece was taking a picture. I wear fedoras, as you guys know. I have a collection of fedoras. So my niece was taking a picture of one of the hats there that she thought her uncle would love. And the lady kind of, gave her a hard time about it. And yeah, and my sister said she was very
gave
nice.
her a hard time for taking a picture to promote her business.
My sister said she was very. My sister said she was nasty and a little standoffish and not very friendly.
I don't like that.
And that's the problem that, as black businesses, we need to freaking figure out is customer service, because I have personally stopped shopping at some black businesses because of that same reason. Yeah, and that it's sad, because we do get bad service at white businesses too, but we don't expect it from our own people. And when we get it from our own people, it cuts more deeper. Me getting treated like shit at a black business is worse than getting treated at a white business. I'm like, okay, this guy's an asshole. It happens. But when a black person treats you like shit, you're like, what? It hurts even more. So yeah, we gotta. You're right, Tiff. They gotta do something about this customer service stuff. Because a lot of black businesses, they lose their customers because of their service.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like bad customer service. And it's so deep that near my job is a black owned business. And it's owned by West Indian people, because they have a lot of the businesses there. That's another story. But they have a lot of the businesses, and I want to support them because they look just like me. Let me support them. And when I did support them, every week I would spend like $40-$50 with them. But when the business that I work for went in there to ask them for a donation for breast cancer awareness, they told them no. And I was highly upset. Like, are you serious? I said, I spend at least $60 a week in here. The people come there to buy balloons from you, and still you couldn't give them $1 or a pink string or a pink candle, something to support them. So my thing is, if you don't support us, I'm not supporting you. And I haven't been there in a year and a half.
Was that a Jamaican restaurant?
No, it's not a Jamaican restaurant. It's like a West Indian discount store. Like
Oh,
they have everything there that you can. And right across the street is the white one. Isn't that so, Bug? You got the white one on one side, the black one. And I always was like, let me go up in here. And there's a young lady there. And not one time did she ever ask why you don't come in here no more. You know why I don't come in here no more. But it's real sad because I would rather spend my money with her or in their business than go somewhere else. But you did not support the community that's there. The way I work at the adult daycare center, they come in there and get balloons from them every week. When it's a birthday for somebody or something, they come in there, they spend money, I spend money. And y'all could not give these people one donation of $1 or $5 or say thank you or a pink balloon or something. They didn't do none of that. And when I went in there and I asked her about it, she gonna say, oh, I didn't recognize them. Are you serious? They come in here all the time. So I said, if my thing is, if you don't support us as black people supporting black people, I'm not going to support you. I'm not. I'm not giving you my money. And it's sad. I will go over there and spend it with somebody else before I spend it with y'all because y'all was so rude to me, or rude to other people. So again, we have to come up on our customer service. You can't be nasty to people and think people are supposed to spend money with you. No.
yeah. Well, like Kevin said, when you get it from your own people that look like you, it hurts more.
Yes.
You expect when you go into a white store to be followed. You expect, I mean, even though you wish you could go shop somewhere else, but there's not many places you can go. I mean, the black businesses are so far and few in between, but you do expect to be treated a certain way. But when you do get it from people who look like you, it's kind of, it's kind of jarring. But getting back to you're talking about the black hospitals or the black urgent cares, but that's not where our mindset is as black people, right? I mean, we hear the stories of Jay-Z opening a casino in Times Square.
Word. Well,
No,
he can't. He didn't get it. He didn't get
he
it.
didn't
They
get
missed
it.
out.
But that
Uh
seems to be where we focus all of our attention. Most of our attention is like anything as far as entertainment goes. You know what I mean? But I'm sure you've seen the Jewish Memorial Hospital, right? No matter where you go in America, you see a Jewish Memorial Hospital. Big, big, big sign on the side of a hospital, Jewish Memorial Hospital, because they know you. I don't care who you are. At some point, you're gonna need a hospital, right? And when I go to a hospital, if I'm a Jewish person, I go to a Jewish Memorial Hospital, I'm feeling I'm in good hands, you know. But for some reason, we don't seem to think. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. Like we don't seem to think we need that, or we don't. That's not where our energy's focused. You know what I mean? We seem to be. There was a football player. Kevin might remember him, but this was many, many, many years ago. And I wasn't really into football, but I remember he said something that a lot of people was mad at him for. He said the Jews handle the money of the world, and he went down the list. The black people are the sports and entertainment people. The Chinese are and he just went down by group what each group is supposed to. I think he passed away. Kevin, do you remember who
I
that
know
was?
exactly what you're talking about. Yes, I can't think of his name right now. You sure it was a football player? Because I remember an NBA player did the same thing and got in trouble. It was Craig Hodges with the Chicago Bulls who played with Michael Jordan. He said that and got banned from the NBA. I mean, he's been blackballed, period. And he was a good player. You don't hear much about Craig Hodges. He was a NBA player for the Chicago Bulls, played alongside Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen on them winning teams, but he got blacklisted and blackballed, whatever you want to call it, from the industry for saying that, what you just said. So I don't know about the football player, but I know about Craig Hodges. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, is there some truth to that? Are black people?
Of course there is, or you wouldn't get blackballed.
Yeah, when you speak up and only thing they look at you as entertainment. Remember, black people are entertainment for white people and they make money off of us. They can't put us in slavery like that, but they will make money off of us black people through entertainment. They're not thinking about you thinking about a hospital. They want you to nigga dribble, nigga, dribble. You understand what I'm saying? They don't care about anything else. Why do you think that a lot of them don't talk about the issues that are affecting black people? people today. So I don't think so. Now I'm a true believer when y'all say I was not too happy with the Jay-Z getting a casino. You trying to put a casino on 42nd Street. Listen, I get you trying to make your money because you need enough money to be able to spend money, right? But they was not allowing you to do that. So my thing is, you didn't do that. Why y'all don't think about hospitals, healthcare facilities, mental health? You know how much of our people need mental health? You understand? That's going through it right there. That young lady that went through that thing in the hospital, that's going to be traumatizing to her. You understand? I wouldn't be surprised if she has to have counseling after that. After that lady ignored her when she's in her 9th centimeter. Okay, about to bust out a baby, you know. And then the other young lady, they pulled her right out, and she had her baby in the parking lot. So yeah, we need to work more on things that affect us that we need every day, and that's definitely healthcare.
Yeah. So here's a black doctor actually talking about what goes on in the healthcare industry.
In medicine, we measure everything: blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen. But when I was in medical school, I learned about something that I couldn't shake. A simple formula called the GFR equation. It was used to measure kidney function. Hidden inside it was a race adjustment. If you were black, and only if you were black, the equation increased your kidney score, assuming our bodies were different, stronger, tougher, less in need of help. That single assumption changed lives. It meant black patients were less likely to be diagnosed with chronic kidney disease, less likely to see a kidney specialist, less likely to receive a life-saving kidney transplant. I realized that racism in medicine isn't always loud. Sometimes it's written quietly into the code, the data, the design, until inequity begins to look like accuracy. When I learned this in 2019, I was a medical student. I didn't have much power, but I had a phone. So I started sharing what I was learning, posting short videos on TikTok and Instagram about how racism hides in medicine. I wasn't trying to go viral. I was trying to make people see, and somehow millions did. In 2021, a new equation was created without race. And by 2023, kidney transplant wait times for black patients were beginning to be corrected. That's why this award for conviction means so much to me. Because Muhammad Ali didn't just fight opponents, he fought systems. He refused to fight a war he knew was unjust. He battled a disease that tried to still his voice, and through every round, in the ring, in the courts, even in his own health, he fought for the dignity of the human spirit. He used the tools of his time to confront injustice, not to run from it, and taught us all that the true measure of strength isn't how hard you hit, it's how deeply you can heal. 2 years ago, a woman messaged me on Instagram. Her sister had been waiting for years for a kidney transplant. She'd seen my videos about the GFR equation and shared them with her sister, who then took them to her doctor. Her doctor looked at the videos, confirmed that they were correct, and because of that conversation, her sister was moved up 5 years on the kidney transplant list. That's what's possible when we choose to see fully and serve fully. We remember that fairness isn't abstract, it's actionable. Ali once said that impossible is just a word used by those afraid to try. He proved that with his life. And tonight, in his honor, I hope to continue to prove that with mine. Thank you.
I mean, imagine what we don't know, right? I mean, that's he just stumble upon that, you know. So just imagine the stuff that goes on. I mean, look at that nurse that just sat there while. I mean, even if you're not a nurse, the fact that there's a person screaming in pain and agony, and you can just sit there, you know, and
They wasn't trained to care about us.
yeah, is it training though? Is it just? I mean, these are the same people that with trees. You know what I mean? You can watch somebody hang from a tree and have coffee and cake, you know, underneath that same tree. You know, these are especially evil people, and you know, and I'm not the only one saying it. There's tons of videos out there where other white people admit that, yeah, there's some among us that is evil, just have no feelings for anyone who doesn't look like them.
Especially black people. Yeah. And my thing is, I would be trying to get out those towns. You know, I'm not staying in a town where it's predominantly white and they don't care about us, because when they do see us, they looking at us with three heads. And then when we need assistance, they like, why are you here? You know, so again, you saw that by that energy of that lady. She wasn't, oh, let me help you. Let me just breathe. You know, because it just take that one little bit of care that will make somebody calm down. And she did not do that for that lady. She didn't even look at her, check her, nothing. She just sat there and let her bawl out. And again, if you speak to a lot of women that had children, they said two fakes are the amount of what women go through. Like that pain is unbearable. You'll forget it once you had the baby, they say. My mother said you forget the pain like that. But they said that pain is unimaginable. And for that young lady, and she's not the only one. She's not the only one. I remember my little sister when she had her first child. The healthcare people were very mean to her. The next thing I know, my sister was butt naked, pregnant at Kings County, coming out the room, and I'm like, "Get your behind me!" She was like, "They treated me so bad and making talking to me any kind of way," and we had to take her to another hospital because they were so mean to her. You know, so my thing is, again, we stress that if you do not like your job or you didn't get into this job, this profession to help and assist people, please get out of it, because we don't want you there. We don't want nasty people there. You know, or again, that lady, she should make a report on that lady, which I believe she did, and other people called on her ass too, because that video went viral.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, to even sit there and not even show any emotion, or, I mean, you're a nurse, she's in pain. Like, she didn't say, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," or, nothing. She just sat without even, like, she was talking to a tree, a plant. She just had no feeling,
Mm-hmm.
And then you see
Yeah.
videos of them with dogs, and you know what I mean, and they're like
hugging and kissing them and licking them up.
Yeah.
But as soon as it comes to a black person screaming for help,
Yeah.
that nigga can deal with that pain.
I
Go ahead, nigger.
Chris Rock posted a video a couple of months ago talking about his mom, not his grandmother, his mom in South Carolina. Not too long ago, probably back in the 80s, I think he was talking about, said his mom and the whole black community down there were not allowed to go to black dentists in South Carolina in the 80s. Black dentists wouldn't serve them. So when they wanted to get their teeth fixed, they had to go to the vet. Where
you said black dentists or white dentists?
No, I'm saying white dentists. There were no black dentists.
Correction, y'all, because I was like black.
No, there were no black dentists. And I'm sorry, there were in South Carolina. His mom and all the other blacks down there, white dentists wouldn't serve them because white people didn't want to use the same. They didn't want to have the same equipment used on them that were used on black mouths. So white dentists was like, we can't serve you for that reason. Well, I'll lose my white customers. So they had to go to, he said his mom had to go to a veterinarian to get her teeth fixed, at a veterinarian to get medicine for her teeth or whatever, if she had a tooth infection or whatever, because the dentist wouldn't work on her. And so her mom, Chris Rock, his mom, not his grandmother, he kept making that, his mom.
It was just not too long ago.
Not too long ago, had to go to the veterinarian in her town in South Carolina to get a little town outside of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where I think his mom still lives. I know his brother Jordan Rock lives down there too. But yeah, so they had to go to a dentist, a veterinarian. And then he said, not only do black people had to go to the veterinarian to get their teeth done, they weren't allowed to come through the front door of the veterinarian.
Oh yeah, everything back door.
They had to go through the back door of the veterinarian to get their teeth fixed. This is like in the 80s and in the early 90s. Like the 90s, they had to go through the freaking back door of a veterinarian to get their teeth fixed. This is crazy. That's why I tell people, it's not that long ago. We act like, people act like this stuff happened to our great-great-grandmothers. This stuff happened on
our
our watch,
grandmothers.
on our mothers. You know, like Chris Rock is the same age, well, my age, right? He says mother. His mom's probably my mom's age, you know, in that neighborhood. So yeah, that's crazy, man. The South is no joke. But yeah, he told that story on his Instagram page. I saw it a couple weeks ago. I think I sent it to our page actually, our chat page. But yeah, he talking about.
Yeah, they didn't want us in their establishment. Look at if we got in their pools, they would drain the whole pool. We went into their clothing store. We could not try their clothes on. We couldn't try the shoes on. And if we did, they felt like it was damaged. So how you don't think that the descendant of these people are not, they are adults now and not treating us? I would tell you now, that lady was raised around nothing but white supremacy. And that's why she didn't have no empathy or sympathy for that young lady that was screaming like a banshee about trying to have her baby. You know, so, and she probably didn't even have kids either and don't even care, you know, because another woman understands another woman's pain.
Which is why I believe white doctors and nurses kill more black people than police.
I wouldn't be surprised either because you have people that's giving doctors that's giving wrong diagnosis, or they're over giving them medication that they don't need. This is why you have to ask questions, because if you don't ask questions, they won't tell you.
Right.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk about the Chicago mom who was jumped by a group of little kids. I would have, and Donna said, because Donna told me about it before you mentioned it to me, Tiff. But I would have kicked all of those kids' ass. But I know she's a woman. She probably, but I mean, she was pregnant, so I'm sure there's a guy somewhere
No,
around.
she's not pregnant. They said that's she has sickle cell. So that's a sickle cell belly. So
Oh,
she must be on some type of medication. That's what I heard. She's
okay,
not really pregnant. She was
okay.
just she has sickle cell.
I would be doing this show from a prison cell. I would beat the crap out of them.
Okay.
Here's a warning to anybody watching this show. Don't get your kids away from me.
Yeah. And so here is some kids in Chicago. And these are not like teenage kids, like, you know, well, they're probably like 13, maybe 12, 13.
I think they're like, first of all, what they're looking like, because her son, let's give a little backstory. Her son was being bullied
Right.
after school, you know, and I think she was coming to take him home, bring him home. And on her way, she tried to avoid the young people, but they still kept following her. They was trying to fight her son. And so her son is 9 years old. So if he's 9 years old, those are the ranges they running from 9, 10, 11, 12, even 13. Because you know, a lot of these kids look past, they don't even look their ages, you know. So a lot of them were there, and if you see it, they were very ruthless. You would not think, like you said, they look like little people, right? They were like hitting and kicking and, you know, stomping out. Like, it was just very horrible.
Yeah. All right. So here it is, the kids in Chicago.
Viewers discretion, please, y'all.
Yeah, fluid discretion is advised. These are future inmates.
Yes.
100%.
By now, everyone has heard about the Chicago mother and her son, who was jumped by a group of children after school. But the bullying and harassment actually started months ago. In a long Facebook post, Korshonda says those kids weren't just bullying her children at school, they even threw bricks at her apartment windows and would throw anything they could at her door. Back in April or May, the mother says one side of her apartment was set on fire in hopes of destroying all of their belongings. But it doesn't stop there. The door on her new apartment had a slot for mail, which led to the kids throwing firecrackers in her home. Days prior to her and her son being attacked, Korshonda says 15 to 20 kids tried to attack her and her children while walking home from the store. Despite all the news being shared online, the mother wants people to know a lot of the information is false and people are setting up fake GoFundMe accounts looking to raise money on her children's pain. One post mentioned the mother receiving a car, which she claims is completely false. At this time, the mother says she is focused on getting her children counseling, and she does plan to file charges against the parents of the children involved.
Chicago, y'all done went too far, but baby, I would have went further. When y'all mamas woke up this morning, they would have had to plaster GoFundMe's all on their social media pages because I would have laid y'all little asses out. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about the woman that was attacked with her 2 children in Chicago by elementary and middle school children. If y'all have not seen the video, you might not want to watch it. It was disgusting. It was diabolical. It was gut-wrenching. It was heartbreaking. It was freaking terrifying to even watch something like that occur. And all I'm going to say to the parents, if y'all don't tame them little animals that y'all got, y'all going to see their little asses on the first 48. Because if they doing that now, imagine what they're going to do later. Now, what I will say is the community showed up and showed out this morning. They came to that school and they stood on business and they was not playing about that lady. They showed her love. They showed her support. They loved on her and her children, which is exactly what that woman needed at a time like this. I can imagine she's probably going to have PTSD, need a therapist, and everything that you can think of at this point. That was a traumatizing event, and to see that children did this is okay. So this is an update, y'all. I want y'all to meet Kamira. She is one of the children that was a part of the fight at OT Bright School on yesterday. We're just coming live so she can say her piece and take accountability. I won't say too much. And please, anyone that decides to say anything, keep it respectful. This is the child.
Hey, my name is Kamira Grant, and I was wrong for everything.
It's okay,
I was wrong for everything that I did. And I was just being a follower, following everybody who don't even got nothing that I got. And I apologize for everything because I wouldn't want to be in that situation. And I feel bad because
it's okay.
I gotta go through so much. But I wish I would never did what I did.
Do you have anything to say? I think her name is Shauna.
I was a bit people think somebody I'm not.
So,
bitch, you put your motherfucking daughter on this motherfucking internet and you want to first tell us not too much, don't disrespect your daughter, have some respect they fucking kids. Bitch, we don't give a fuck about if they kids or not. Because if half of us was at that motherfucker and we was on site at that fucking school, we would have forgot they was kids. Because remind your fucking daughter and her raggedy ass friends that they was the fucking children and they should have showed some fucking respect. You know how stupid you fucking look as a mother? Got your fucking daughter on this fucking internet, that little motherfucker sitting there smirking and shit. That was a forced fucking apology. And them 2 bitches that you had behind you, oh, listen, they kids, you the kids are our future. Bitch, they ain't my fucking future. Not them raggedy motherfuckers. You got me fucked up. You done brought your fucking raggedy ass daughter on this motherfucking internet with 2 other adults. That video showed me everything I fucking needed to know. I see why your daughter did that. You think we give a fuck about her good grades? You think we give a fuck about her being a captain of any cheerleader? And she don't need to be the captain of shit. Because if she clearly showed us she can't lead a motherfucking thing. That bitch couldn't lead. And I don't give a fuck that I called her a bitch because she's a child. I don't give a fuck. They wasn't acting like fucking children. So don't get on this fucking internet giving us that raggedy ass fucking an apology and think we're gonna swallow that shit. Bitch, keep that shit. And like I said, that video and the way you were speaking and the way them other 2 bitches behind you was acting, it tells me Everything I fucking need to know why your daughter acted like that. Get the fuck out of here.
So, Carl, I want to say sorry to my mother. My mother watches this show, and the cursing was ridiculous. Okay, we don't have no beeping, nothing. Sorry, Ma, that's Carl's fault. Okay. Second, the two ladies that was talking. Well, it was one lady, the dark skinned sister. That's not that girl's mother. Her mother was on the other side. You don't have that video. Her mother's on the other side. First of all, she shouldn't have been on the screen. The mother should have been apologizing for her daughter's behavior, and then she should have brought the daughter on to apologize. That young lady was the first one to punch the lady in the face, okay? Now, if you are a part of a cheerleading, you're an A student, you didn't use your A grades, your A student grades to think before you hit, click, or hurt anybody. What I'm learning is that this is bad parenting 101, okay? Because the first thing you teach your kids is keep your goddamn hands to yourself unless somebody put their hands on you. Isn't it? Am I right or wrong?
Yes. 100%.
So how dare you and your crew walk this lady up the block, okay? And she's telling y'all to leave her alone. Y'all snuffed her son in the face, had her against the wall, and then y'all swinging on her. Y'all dropped her on the floor. Y'all stomped her out. You took her wig and whooped her with it. And y'all trying to tell me that it's the kid's fault and not the parenting fault. See, that's an issue with me. And then you had a lot of parents, and it's so bad because I got into something, at my job, where they was like, no, it's the kids. We don't know how the children act when they leave. I'm sorry. When I left my mother, I was scared to death, okay? Because I didn't know if she was watching me and Jesus was watching me. That's our problem. Our children are not afraid of their parents anymore, and they don't have no faith in their life. They don't have God in their life. Because if you had God in your life and you were scared of your parents, you would be too scared to be trying to drop kick somebody or try to hit them. And did you see one kid try to stop it? No. You didn't hear one kid say, y'all better stop. Don't hit that lady. You did not hear one of them. So all of those young people that we saw is a reflection of their parents. They are who their parents are, and they don't have no boundaries because I'm telling you, just like that girl said, without the cursing, somebody would have got their behinds whooped.
Kev?
Hey, I'm with the lady that was doing all the cursing. Get a GoFundMe page for bail money for me, because I'm not supposed to hit kids. Some bail money for me and a GoFundMe for them. Take care of them bruises, because I'm swinging. A bunch of people jump me, I'm swinging. If it's just one little kid, I'm just gonna hold him till his parents get there. If it's a bunch of them, it could be like a Bruce Lee movie.
Okay.
And there weren't no other adults on that busy street. That street looked like a pretty busy street. Like no one.
No, it didn't look busy. Did it look busy? Because the adult would have ran out, Carl. Somebody would have ran out. It's like people were sitting in their houses looking through the window saying, oh, is that an adult getting their ass whooped? This is why they say it takes a village. But you want to hear something? Right after that situation, what happened? People and parents came out of nowhere coming to support that young lady and her children. They were even going to the parents' houses looking for them. Say, listen, let y'all fight us. Okay, fight us because they ready for it. They ready for the smoke. So they also supported this young lady. They helping her. I don't know what she got, but she did get a lot of help. I heard that they had to move her out of wherever she was at because the bullying was too much. And even they had a young lady that she had the pink outfit on. Everybody keep talking. She had the pink in her coat. Her niece was her aunt went up there and was like, oh, that lady should have moved her child out. That's her fault. But not one time did you apologize for your niece being involved with some bad behavior. Another thing, they told that little girl to say, I was being a follower. But you're a cheerleading captain. You're supposed to have your own mind. You should have knew that if I do this, I could probably lose me being, the cheerleader. That I'm gonna lose my position. They don't have no boundaries, and I blame it on the parents. I'm sorry. you know, that's just my opinion. What do y'all think should happen? I'm asking y'all as men. What do y'all think should happen to these young people and their parents after that? Because I think the man should be called on their ass.
I think they should be suspended for a certain amount of time. So
Right.
they should be suspended from school.
Mm-hmm.
And
But it didn't happen in school premises.
Look,
They
I
would
think
say that quick fast. It did not happen on
it
school premises.
doesn't matter though. They should be suspended. You know,
I think the kids should be punished, not the parents. Go ahead,
What?
Carl. I'm sorry, Carl.
I mean,
What?
make people write. I know in Barbados, when you get punished at school, you had to write lines like you would have to write 500 times. I should not fight off of school premises. I should not fight off of school, and they will make you write that. Like when you were late for school, and if Dawn is watching, she can tell you, and anybody else that's watching if you were late for school, you had to go to detention, and the detention, they would say you have to write 200 times. I must not be late for school. I must not be late for school. And you have to write that 200 times. So
we did that too. We did that here in America. I had a school and we put.
Don't they do that anymore though? Don't they?
No, I don't think they do that no more because half of these teachers is sick of these students. They are dangerous. You're not understanding. I don't even get on the bus at certain times of the day. Now, Cab, I heard you say we shouldn't blame the parents. I think the parents need parenting classes because why would your kids come out and stomp an adult out? Please tell me.
Tiffany, good parents can raise kids that just end up to be bad. I don't think every bad kid has a bad parent. There are really good parents out here that work hard to raise their kids, teach them values and fundamentals and respect and manners. And these kids still go out and do stupid shit when they hit these streets. A lot of it is some kids are subject to peer pressure, follow the leader, wanting to be like the cool bully. Or, kids are easily, kids are sponges. So they soak up what they see. You see a guy at your school that's cool, that's getting all the girls and all the accolades and all the love from everybody. You want to be like that guy, but that guy is an asshole, and that's who you end up hanging out with. The gangbanger or the guy who's 17 and got the nice ride, and you got to take the yellow bus to school. I mean, I'm just saying, there's so many different ways kids can get caught up out here. You can't 100% say every kid that's bad is because his parents are effed up. I know better. I know good parents. I know good parents who have kids that have gotten in trouble when they have put in their work as a parent, and taught their kids respect, and these kids still end up on the wrong side of the road. I mean, it happens, right? To everybody,
I'm glad it didn't happen with me.
Single parents, mother and fathers, it don't matter. It happens. Black, white, it don't matter. All these kids end up, the point that Dick Gregory made years ago when they talk about black single parents and, not being good parents. And he pointed out that Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy came from 2-parent homes, and Hitler came from 2-parent homes. That's what Dick Gregory reported.
It's something inside the dynamic of them parenting. And if you listen and you want to hear something, a lot of the parents went up there or they said something. A couple apologized, but then a lot of them was very dismissive of what happened to that lady. I'm sorry. We are our children, and that's the first thing my mother said. When you go out in them streets, you are a reflection of me. Okay? You be careful. You do not hurt nobody. If somebody try to hurt you, you understand, you protect yourself by any means necessary. I'm sorry, Kevin. I can't agree with you.
And you turned out to be a good person. That don't mean everybody is going to listen to your mom's advice. Your sisters did well. Okay, fine. But my point is, and your mom did a good job raising her daughters, right? My point is that there are a lot of good moms who gives their kids advice and the kids don't take it. I can tell my daughter 1,000 things, right? Don't mean she's going to listen. She's an adult now, but I'm saying as a teenager, she went out and did what she had to do and made her mistakes. And my mom was a good parent. I mean, that's a good parent. My brother and I got in so much trouble as teenagers. And some of the stuff we did was back in those days is considered petty crimes, but today's world, because it's a different world now, some of the shit we did, we'd be thrown into jail for. Like we were badass little teenagers. It didn't mean my mom wasn't a good mom. We went out and made our mistakes and did our dirt, you know. And
That's a difference, Kev. That's the difference between abusing a elder or beating up a woman with her
no,
children.
we didn't do nothing like that. No, no.
Thank you. That's what I'm just saying. I never thought to beat up a woman with
Neither,
her
no, but kids,
children.
but kids are different now because now, Tiff, you can cut on TikTok and what's the other one? I didn't even start watching that other app. I'm actually going to delete it off my phone. There's another app similar to TikTok, but every time I cut it on, I can't think of the name of it right now. It's on my save that app. It's similar to TikTok. All it does is show videos. I don't even go on there anymore because every time I cut on, all I see is people fighting on that app. There's people fighting each other. There's street brawls all the time. Every time I turn this app on, there's fist fights. These kids are exposed to something that we're not exposed to. We weren't exposed to the stuff that people are exposed to now, all the fist fights and the brawls and all that stuff. We had back when I was a kid, man, somebody's like, we're having a fight at the school. When you get off the bus, I'm gonna kick your butt. That was like a big thing in the whole school. What? There's a fight at 3 p.m. When Tanya gets off the bus, her and Jackie gonna have a fight. Now it's like that's nothing now, right? Like nobody ain't gonna show up for it because it's not. You can see this crap on the internet every day. People fighting, pull each other's hair weaves, and pull each other's blouses off, and kicking them on the face when they're down. I mean, it's just the internet is so disgusting with violence. These kids are desensitized. They see this stuff every day. You know, they don't have no respect for women because they it's not because of their parents. It's because most of them are
We don't
raised
know
with.
what they're seeing. We don't know what they're seeing or what they're going through. Like I said,
Every kid has a
only
tablet.
2
Every
women
kid
didn't
has a cell phone.
apologize.
Every kid has a cell phone. We live in a different world, Tiff. We live in a different world. Our cell phones are the most powerful things in the world. You know, I'm a grown ass man. I broke my cell phone last Saturday night in Miami, Florida, and couldn't even function for 48 hours. 48 hours on a cell phone. I was going nuts because I didn't have this freaking cell phone because it was done. It was, you know, I had to navigate. I had to figure out how to get back to my hotel. I had to figure out how to get to the airport. You know, I think I had my smartwatch, you know, to help me navigate a little bit how to get back to freaking New York from Miami on my flight because I ain't had no, you know, I had my tablet with me, thank God. But that's how important the cell phone is these days. So I'm saying these cell phones is everything. Every teenager has a cell phone, and they are watching these YouTube videos. They are watching all this violence. They see all this shit on TikTok, all this violence on all these different apps and stuff. Tiffany,
That
that's
don't
what.
mean you do it. What your mother used to say: if somebody jump off a bridge, you gonna follow them.
That's there.
Again, we need to have
Yeah,
better
but in this day and
parenting.
age, yes, you would follow them because
I'm not following nobody.
you live in New York of all places, and this is something that's new to me. And I watch 11 o'clock news every night. You know, before I go to bed, I like to watch the news, and it's a drama show watching 11 o'clock news in New York. But what do I see every other week when I watch the New York news, Tiff? And you live in New York City. You know what I see? There's young kids dying from surfing on what they call surfing on these damn trains.
Surfing, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
now
know.
I
I
grew up in
know somebody
D.C.
that died too.
I grew up in D.C. You knew somebody. So I grew up in Washington D.C. We didn't surf on our trains. It was nothing. It was something that people in the D.C. area didn't do. We had subways. No, I've never heard of that crap until I moved to New York. And these kids lose their lives every other month surfing on top of these trains. So yeah, you do monkey see, monkey do up here. You do. I mean, around the world, around the country, you monkey see, monkey do. Kids see other kids get killed on these trains, and they still go surf. There'll be another surfing death, unfortunately, before this year's up, most likely, because these kids don't care. They do it for they got a cell phone. They're doing it for likes on their Instagram page. You know,
So we
they're
need to
doing.
teach our children not to be followers and be more of leaders, and do not follow the wrong crowd. Because remember, again, too, y'all, a lot of people are locked up in jail because they followed their friends. A lot of people are dead in the grave because they followed their friends. You understand what I'm saying? And yes, I understand young people make mistakes. They do stupid stuff. And yes, they could probably come from good homes. But beating an elder or somebody that's older than them with their children, I mean, they was doing wrestling moves.
It's
Okay?
unacceptable. I get it. I get it. It's unacceptable. And I
And it
understand
was
you.
a little boy, not to cut you off, that was videotaping.
No, it's unacceptable. I get all of that. I'm just saying it's the world we live in. These kids have no respect, and it's sometimes it starts in the home, but not, I'll say it's probably 50-50. Some of it could be bad home training, and other is good parents. Just these kids end up being effed up no matter what. You just can't 100% say every kid that goes out and commit a bad crime or do something effed up, it's the mom and dad's fault. I just can't buy that.
But when that young white boy went into the school and shot up those people, and his mother and father gave him the gun for a gift, they locked their asses up.
Yeah, they
Now,
should have.
how about if that lady would have, God forbid, something would have happened to her and her son? They body slammed her son and was smashing his head on the ground. I mean, again, I was too scared to do anything like that growing up. Y'all knew y'all was too scared to do anything like that because your mother wasn't having it and your parents wasn't having it either, Carl. So y'all know that right there is out of order. Yes, we did some crazy
Because
shit.
we got our ass whipped too, Tiff. These kids can't get whipped
You're
today
right about
because
that.
it's against the law for me to take a belt off and tell and say I'm gonna bust Angelo's ass with the belt tonight, right? I'm just using that as an example because if Angelo goes to school tomorrow and go, Papa beat my ass with a belt, the police will be knocking on my door.
Yes, they will be.
See, we didn't have that problem because my mom beat my ass with a frying pan.
But
And
it's a difference
it
between
was legal,
abuse and,
and it was illegal.
discipline.
It wasn't considered abuse. It was considered, I'm gonna bust your ass because I told you twice. I told you once. That was your first warning. Now I'm gonna bust your ass. And whatever's not pinned down, my mom picked up. I don't care what it was. If it wasn't
Well, she had to
glued
deal with
down.
boys like that. You know why? Because if she didn't discipline you, the cops was gonna kill you. You understand what I'm saying? So she had to do what she had to do by any means necessary. Don't get it twisted. I got my nephews and I tell them all the time, that's the first thing I tell you. Don't put your goddamn hands on nobody. If somebody try to hurt you, that's when you protect yourself because regardless to what, as a black man, you're always going to be the wrong one. You
But
understand?
Kevin's point, though, I mean, I know you can have great parents, but I don't know if you remember a few years ago, there was a TikTok trend going where kids were slapping old people. Kids were just walking around smacking old people in the back of the head and just running off.
That's horrible. Oh my
It was
God.
one worse than that. Remember, this probably was like maybe 10 years ago, where they were knocking people out. Remember, they were walking up and just stealing people off guard, knocking them out cold.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody. They were hitting women. They were hitting grown men. I mean, guys like me were getting knocked out cold just for not. That's why
That's
my head
horrible.
stay on a swivel now. But yeah, they were knocking people out. It was like a trend of young black men. I don't know if they were gang affiliated or what, but they were going up and just swinging and knocking people out cold.
Yeah. It
They
was
hit
the
this old
knockout. It
lady.
was like a knockout challenge or something.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. They knocked this lady out. This lady, she was like in her 70s and she got knocked out and almost died. And I think they caught that person and he got prosecuted. But yeah, because
He's
he almost
supposed
killed
to
that lady.
have.
Yeah, he almost killed that lady. She's like 75 years old. And he hit that lady and knocked her down. And I think it was a guy in his 70s or late 70s that they hit and knocked down. And he almost died. So yeah, or he did die. I can't remember. But I think that ended it when they actually killed somebody. I think I gotta Google that and find out. But yeah, I think that they actually killed that guy. So
Yes.
sadly, yeah.
So what is the solution?
That's a good question, Tiff. The solution is there is none because internet ain't going.
Solutions.
The internet ain't going nowhere.
We can't always blame it on the internet, baby.
Well, you can't always blame it on parents not being good because there are good parents who raise bad kids, and kids.
I don't.
People
I
people
bet
gonna
you
get
if
in
we talk.
trouble. Kids gonna get in trouble now doing some of the stupid. It's the internet because the punching people challenge was an internet thing. The slapping people on the back of the head is internet thing. The subway surfing we just talked about in New York City. Those kids have got cell phones when they're doing it. They're doing it for clicks and likes on their social media pages. All this stuff that we, a lot of this violent stuff that happens all ends up on social media. Like I said, that app that I haven't looked up yet, it's called Scoops. Y'all heard of that?
Yes.
SOOTZ. Have you seen that app?
I've seen the app, but I never downloaded it.
I downloaded it. It's like another version of TikTok. So I downloaded it. I like watching videos and stuff. But it got to the point where every other video that I saw in this damn thing was violent, just people fighting each other and punching each other. And I got it on right now, and here it is. I'm not even making this up. There's a fight right now happening on my tablet right now. Some guy at a gas station just walked up and punched another guy. And that's why I don't watch it no more. And yeah, here's two people right here. Two girls fighting right there. You can't even see it. And this, two girls fighting on this tab. And she just pulled the girl's wig off. It's crazy. This is what these kids are watching right now, Tiffany. That's the point I was making.
But that don't mean that you're
I haven't been on. By the way, I haven't been on this app in probably. It's still on my tablet. I haven't been on this app in probably 6 months. I just turned it on for the sake of this debate that we're having on the show. And what the first two videos I saw are two women fighting each other and two men fighting each other on the other video. It's crazy. So these kids, this is what these kids are growing up with. We didn't have this to grow up to. The most violent thing I saw as a kid was Bugs Bunny and Tom and Jerry. and Cloudy getting blown up by dynamite.
I think that the family should be evaluated. The family should be evaluated because now she do want to probably sue the parents for it. Hopefully, because she had to go to the hospital. She was in the hospital. Her son, they had to be evaluated or whatever. Them kids lucky that they did not hurt that lady so bad where they could have got locked up. Because what happens when they go to jail? You think they care that they children? No, you committed a crime. And if this wasn't a wake-up call for those parents and the children at the same time, they're going to reevaluate their whole life about how they raising their children. Yes, parenting do not come with instructions. It's to the best of your ability. But I know for sure in my life, your life, we was not raised to hurt or abuse elders. You do not do that. Somebody that's older than you or something like that, especially with your children. And if somebody do something like that, I do want to look at their family. I want to find out what's going on that you felt like this was okay.
All right, so I think this next video is going to prove Tiffany's point. Whereas racism is here to stay, right, Tiff? There's nothing.
Yeah, it's in the DNA of America.
Here's a firefighter. The guy's at work, a black firefighter. This white firefighter co-worker stands next to him, makes a noose, and then tosses the noose at him.
What? And nobody took the noose and whooped his ass with it?
Caught on video, a noose controversy. You can clearly see this white firefighter tying a rope into a noose and handing it to a black firefighter.
It shows him actually tying it, looking at it, admiring his work, making sure it tightens and everything like that, swinging it around. And then when I finally walked back into the firehouse, he tosses it to me. I remember catching it and looking at it and being in disbelief. I asked him, I was like, yo, what's this? And he said, oh, I want you to figure out what kind of knot this is. And I told him, I said, I know exactly what kind of knot it is. This is what people used to hang my ancestors from trees. I said, do you think this is funny?
That black firefighter, by the way, has now filed a $25 million lawsuit for a hostile workplace and racial discrimination.
There you go, Tiff. I mean, you're telling me, I mean, he's probably going to argue he didn't know it was just a not, I'm sure he's going to, the white.
Yeah, they're going to play the victim.
Yeah, he's going to come up with
Oh,
something.
I was just tying a knot together for work, and I wanted to see what he thought about it. No, you know what it is.
Yeah.
First of all, we know the racial issues that we go through here in America, and we already know what a noose is, okay? We know what it is. We know how it looks. It wraps around what's called it. They throw it over your head. You will already know. Because, again, it happened to many of our ancestors. Now, that man should be removed, but we also know the fire department was prejudiced for years.
Yeah.
For years. And
Still is.
that's sad. Because
Yeah.
we can save people too. And you got to remember too, they're very intimidated and jealous of us. Okay? They know that we are good at what we do and we have to work extra hard to do what we have to do. So again, I'm glad that he's filing with $25 million.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's suing that man because he don't look like he has $25 million, unless he's suing the company itself for workplace toxicity, because that's what it is. And that's horrible. You at work, y'all trying to save lives, and your coworker is trying to hang you.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, what part of that guy? I have a friend that's a firefighter. This was back in the 80s. He was a firefighter, but he told me that he ran into a house and he opened some closet, and there was an old white man in the closet, and the white man told him, "Get your hands off me, nigga." And I mean, that's hardcore. That's a die-hard racist.
Yeah.
So I said, "What did you do?" He said, "I grabbed him and I ran, and I had to grab him. I had to take him out."
Yeah. They would rather die before they let a nigga touch them or put their mouth on them to try to bring them back to life. They like, take me, Jesus. Just take me, white Jesus. I don't want that nigga to touch me. I don't want that nigga juice on me. Okay? That's how they feel. But I would have, but we're not like that. We have empathy and sympathy for others. He still was trying to save that man when he was saying, nigga, get off of me. And we are like that. We are like that as people.
Yes, we are. So we're gonna wrap. Did you guys hear about Pharrell and the DEI?
Well, I didn't. I heard about it. Do you have a video? Because first of all, Pharrell is very special. Have you looked at him? He's very special. Him and his wife. Him and his wife are very special to me. What I see. Also, he's now the one of the designers for Louis Vuitton or something like that. He's been working with them. They said he got a bag or something for almost $8,000. I was telling my people, I said that's not for us. That's for rich people.
Well, he's been rich for a long time. He's been rich since he's been rich a teenager.
That's luxury brands. So
yeah, Pharrell's always been a rich person. He's been rich since he's
what
a
did he say
teenager.
about DEI with his light skinned self?
All right, let me see right here.
As we look at what's going on, the current political climate, I'm just saying I don't want to turn anybody off. I hate politics. Like despise them. It's a magic trick that it's not real. I don't believe in either side. So I think when you pick a side, you are inadvertently supporting division. Yeah, it's not a popular point of view, but I just gotta say, think about it. The wells are drying up, and now the diversity's off the table, now equity's off the table, now inclusion's off the table. So that makes me ask myself, okay, so how do we survive? Well, are there black people here for that tonight? And in your heart, do you think for what it is that you do and who you are, do you think you're the best? Okay, so do you want the job because you're black or because you're the best? Do you want someone to support your startup because you're black or because you're the best? Right, so I think now for me it's about us having the best ambition. That's the reason why you should support these businesses. Yes, they happen to be black and brown, but it should be based on the thesis that we're the best, not because we are a total shade of a skin color. That's a point of view that I have now that I'm resting on. And if diversity, equity, and inclusion ever comes back in style, cool. But in the meantime, I'm going to focus on being the best because I can bank on that. Because that's what's going to get you the position. Where, I don't want you to give me anything. I want you to panic and not let me out the room because I'm the best.
As we look at what's going on, the current political climate, I'm just saying I don't want to turn anybody off, but I hate politics. Like, despise them. It's a magic trick that it's not real. I don't believe in either side. So I think when you pick a side, you are inadvertently supporting division.
You know what my problem is with people like Pharrell that claim they're apolitical and they don't like politics, they don't participate, is that they'll say things like that. And the very next sentence after it, the very next point after it, comes some diet MAGA conservative shit. And I'm going to prove that point because I'm going to play the rest of the clip for you guys. But it's never like some liberal, snowflakey, inclusive ass take. It's always something that really speaks to what you really are at the end of the day, which is okay. You're just scared of the community that mostly supports you pushing back on you, which is you're a conservative. You're an American conservative. And I think you inherently know deep down right now that pool is a bit muddied up. So you can't align with them on certain things. But let's play the rest of the clip.
Yeah. Basically, Pharrell doesn't understand what DEI means. And a lot of people don't understand what DEI means. They think DEI means you're black, here's a job. It doesn't mean that. All it means is include black people, include women, include people who are probably a little autistic or whoever. Give everybody a chance. Don't just have a pool of white men and pick from that. Include everyone. And if the best one happens to be a white man, okay, but give everyone a chance to get a good job. You know, it's not. So, I mean, like, people think they're giving people jobs because they're black. Charlie Kirk said when he got on the plane, he sees the black pilot, he gets nervous because he thinks like JetBlue would say, hey, we need some black pilots. Let's go get this guy. You're a garbage man, right? You're black. Come fly up. No. You know, it's that if you are the best at what you do, you should be included in the pool of people who are, you know what I mean? So Pharrell, clearly he's, and I think when you get a certain amount of money and you're in a certain area, I mean, when you're surrounded
about the little people.
Absolutely, you're not. You know, because he's up there. He's the director of fashion for Louis Vuitton, and he's surrounded by white people every day. And they're laughing and they're talking and they're smiling with him. So he doesn't get to see the white people we see. Kevin knows. Kevin does shows every Saturday, every weekend. He sees the best of the best white people, right? They love him. Come back to my house. Let's hang out. Let's buy you a drink. But when regular people, when Kevin's out, no one knows who he is. You know what I mean? It's a whole different white person, right? That he's running into, right? So that's what happens with people like Pharrell and celebrities. When you start making a certain amount of money, people treat you a certain way. I get it when, you do a show and white people, they love you and, come back to my house and, you know what I mean? Like, you just know me for 45 to an hour. That's all you know of me. Inviting me to your house.
Yeah, a lot of them is not in touch with reality, or what really goes on in the inner cities or in people's homes because they're rich. You understand what I'm saying? They don't think about those things. So, I don't think he get it, and I'm not expecting him to get it or any one of them that do have money. That helped out a lot of people. And yes, you're supposed to be picked for who is qualified for the job. But what happened? You go into these jobs and they pick other people, which is some of the white people. They will pick them and they're not good for the jobs, but they're just putting them there because they want this certain type of people there. Because black people are very good at whatever we do. I mean, come on, a lot of the stuff, we might have some lazy ones here and there. But when we love something or we like something or we like our job, we want to make sure we're the best out of it. So again, Pharrell has always been different to me. I'm not surprised about why he think like that. Guess who's signing his checks? Louis Vuitton. Those are the top people that own everything. Louis Vuitton, Fendi. I think it's Louis Vuitton, Moet, and something else. It's like a whole. That's the ones that have percentage of Rihanna's business. So yeah, he is down with them. So he's gonna say whatever he needs to say. So how many people that was under the DEI got fired and replaced? So I never listened to anything he said.
All right. So before we go, Kevin, are you rich? How rich are you? I'm gonna prove to you how rich you are. Tiffany, are you rich? You're not
I'm
rich.
rich in spirit. I'm rich that I can get up and breathe every day, and I'm in good health and in my right mind. That's rich, because that money is the root of all evil.
Kev, did you watch the Eddie Murphy? Kevin, are you muted? Kev, you're muted.
Oh, Carl, you muted me on purpose, didn't you?
Ah!
Am I rich? Hell no.
Did you watch the Eddie Murphy documentary?
I have not watched it yet. I probably will
Where
watch
is it
it.
at?
It's on Netflix. Netflix, right? Yeah, I'm gonna definitely
How long
watch
you
it.
been out there? How long it's been on?
A couple of weeks now. Like,
have you seen it? I heard good things about it.
I gotta see it.
But
I heard good things about it.
Is a part of the Netflix documentary that everyone is kind of ragging Eddie for, and they felt like he was flaunting, you know. But if you have a house that has this feature, that's when you know you got some money, Kev.
Let me see. Jesus.
It's getting cold in here. I'm closing this roof. When I built this house, I was tired of renting houses. I would come out and make movies, and you have to rent a house, and started needing bigger places, and the rent was crazy in these houses. So I was like, let's just build a house out there. This is a great house to haunt, like 100 years from now.
But this nigga said, I'm cold. It's cold in here. Let me close the roof. Then he did. Then the cameraman, the crew knew that we would not understand what the fuck that meant. So they had to cut away to a shot of the roof just on some Dr. Evil shit. I love when wealthy people just let rich fall out of their fucking mouth and they think that everybody understands what the fuck is going on. Like, is he rich spiritually? Yes. Is he rich in family and love? Yes. But that shit is hilarious. This nigga is so rich that he changed his laugh. Like, he was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make it internal now.
When they say I see what you done for others, me and my mama sitting here watching being Eddie while I'm taking her hair down. This nigga Eddie said, it's getting cold in here. Let me close this roof.
Because I close doors and windows.
Doors, windows. We gonna turn this heater up. This nigga Eddie said, and then they showed this nigga close the roof. And I don't even, is this a greenhouse? Is this just a indoor, outdoor part of his house?
Build a house out there.
Close the roof.
This is a great house to haunt.
My God, on
Patricia, go close the roof. Kevin, you muted yourself again?
I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Eddie's not the first celebrity to have a roof that closed.
Yes.
I remember reading years ago, basketball great Wilt Chamberlain had a house back in the 70s in Los Angeles because he played for the Los Angeles Lakers. He had a house with the roof that opened also. Hey, it's something, I don't knock rich people when they flaunt their wealth. I think people get mad, but people would do the same thing if they had that wealth,
Yeah.
There was one of the most popular shows back in the day was MTV Cribs. Remember that?
Yes,
Where people tuned in and watched celebrities show off their cars and the inside of their houses. One of the most watched shows in MTV's history was MTV Cribs. Everyone wanted to see what type of house Witch Calm lived in, what type of cars he had in his garage, in his 5-car garage. That's just, it is what it is, And now, Eddie is a very, very rich man. He got a house with a roof that closed. If it's cold, it's cold.
Remember remember Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous?
Yeah, that was the white version of MTV Cribs. That was a white version of MTV Cribs. You're right.
That was the white version, and half of them own those houses. A lot of our black people rent these houses when they don't really own it. Eddie, he actually, you said he built this house from the ground up. So that cat said, he said, listen, I want ceilings that close. Okay. I want to be able to open it when I want it and close it when I want to close it. But Eddie has earned it. I
Yeah,
mean, come on, Eddie been
100%.
doing this for a very long time. You know, he's been married a few times. So Eddie's been doing this, and I'm not surprised, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did it on purpose just to make the white
I'm
people
sure
mad.
he did it
Look
on.
at
I'm
this.
sure he did it on purpose.
Look at this.
He wanted to show that off. Of
I
course.
feel breezy. I feel cold. Instead of going to get a fur, see, he could have did it up and just got a fur and was walking around the whole house with the fur. But he was like, no, close the roof,
Yeah.
please.
Hey, it's the same thing having a car that's a convertible, right? You put your top down, it gets cold, you put the top up. He just got a house that's a convertible. One of those rooms is a convertible house. I don't know what room that was in. I don't know if that was his living room or his TV room or his bedroom. Who knows, right? But he probably got one in his bedroom too, because him and his wife probably like to look at the stars at night, especially in a place like Los Angeles. You know, you look up at the stars at night. You know, so yeah. I mean, you know, I think people are blowing it out of proportion as usual. I think a lot of haters are just hating on that man because he got a house with a roof that opens, and you know, I think it's corny the way he introduced it. He could have just said, "Hey, I had this built. Check this out. I had this built with the house is a roof that opens, you know, and I wanted to show it off."
He's Brooklyn. He had to be like, I feel cold. Close them. No, but that made me think about. I know the white people was looking like, why this nigga got a closing? What's going? I know they was mad as hell, and it made me think about Django. You remember when Django was riding on the horse, and the man turned around and was like, why that nigga on the horse?
Yeah.
Listen, because they wasn't used to seeing black men on horses. So they probably feel like that when them white people saw that. And he's married to a white woman. He's doing everything his black ass don't supposed to have is a black woman and a roof that closes.
I saw an article today. Jackie Jackson was one of the Jackson Five. Was talking about back in the 70s, him and his brothers had Ferraris, and they were the only black men in Los Angeles at that time that had Ferraris. He said it was really weird driving around Los Angeles because we were the only black people that had Ferraris. The Jackson Five, all of them had Ferraris.
It's like, who them niggas with them Ferraris?
They knew who they were. They knew who the Jackson Five were.
They saw them afros sticking out.
Yeah, exactly. They're the only ones. Jackie said we were the only one that had, in the 70s, when we moved to LA and got our driver's license, we were the only blacks at that time in LA that had Ferraris. Now there's a Ferrari on every corner in LA, he was saying. But yeah, I read that today. He was talking about being the only black people. Him and his brothers were the first black men in Los Angeles to drive around that town in Ferraris.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
Eddie
crazy.
is being a show off. So go
Yeah,
ahead, Eddie.
yeah. Well, like you said, he earned it. The man is talented.
Yeah, he earned it. Listen, I wish I had some closing cylinders. Listen, that shit is amazing. Or you just have a remote control and stuff just drop down. Like you be like,
That is
what is
crazy.
it?
Yeah, that's crazy. Just remote control to open up your roof, man. That's amazing. That's
That
crazy.
is black rich. Okay, black rich. Like I was watching something about Mr. T, and they had asked him why did he wears the jewelry, and I didn't know that that's why he wore the jewelry. He said our ancestors had chains on our neck, so now we got gold chains on our neck. You understand? I cut my hair because of a tribe in Africa. Like I didn't know Mr. T was so connected to to the motherland and history of black people like that. But hey, when we get money, what we do? We don't play no games with it.
I did not know that. Mr. T, that's all he talks about. You know, Mr. T, back in his prime, had all the gold chains, right? And he was famous for saying, I wear these gold chains because my ancestors had to wear chains, and now, thanks to them, I can turn it to gold. That was one of the things he always talked about. That's why he wore those gold chains around his neck, was a salute to his ancestors who wore chains, who came here in chains.
Yeah.
That was his way of saying, thank you, and look what I can achieve now of your sacrifice. I have gold chains. So yeah, he's always been conscious and
So
down with
that yeah, that made me think about why we have so many black brothers that do it. You understand? Because think about it, when our black rappers and stuff, that's the first thing they do is get them some gold chains, you know. And you know who got the most gold chains ever? Let me see which one y'all think it is. And that's a rapper that has the most gold chains.
More than
And
Mr.
people,
T? Wow.
no, no, it wasn't Mr. T. And they actually borrow gold chains from him.
I wouldn't know.
Slick Rick.
Really? Okay. Slick Rick does have a lot
Yes,
of.
Slick Rick has the most of them chains and what. I saw him perform and saw a piece that was sitting this big on his chest. And
Wow.
some of the rappers, when they need certain chains, him and they borrow his chain so they can take pictures with him and all of that stuff like that. He's been doing it for years. So he's our Mr. T in the era of the, you know, the 90s and stuff like that. But I will always remember Mr. T with all those chains, you know. And what he used to say, I pity the fool.
Yeah, that's why he wear those chains though, to honor the ancestors that came here in real chains. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That was his point of view. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up. What Kevin said, we've been doing this show for what 4 hour shows. Kev said
Hey, I ain't mad at you, man.
these are supposed to be 1 hour shows, but unfortunately, I guess we have a lot to say and a lot to go through. So I want to thank everyone that's been watching. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Scooby Doo, welcome back, or I don't know, welcome back from being silent, because before, you know, you went silent for a while, but apparently you were always there, but just not saying anything. Thank you for those of you watching on Instagram and Facebook. And like I said, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and especially like the show, and that will help the algorithm, as they always say. But before we go, Tiffany, anything we learned on today's show that you want to share before we leave?
Oh gosh, the healthcare system, as we see, most of them is not for us. There are some good doctors and there's some good nurses, but you know, it is some negativity, and I dislike it. I hope that we can push more for more black-owned medical centers, facilities. We want to give a shout out to those two in Chicago and Flatbush for being that opening to open up doors for other people, because we do need the help and assistance, because we are overlooked. You know, they don't look at us, they don't think that we have pain or anything like that. So we definitely want to give a shout out and hope that our millionaires and billionaires think about this. Invest your money into your people. That's how your money keep coming back to you, because you investing into your people instead of investing into white people shit. Invest into your black people. The Chicago that right there, I heard that's not the first time these young people are doing this all over. We want to, you know, really talk to our young people and express to them, keep your hands to yourself. If nobody put their hand on you, you do not supposed to go up to them and put your hands on them, because God forbid anything happen. That's the first thing they ask you. Who put their hands on them first? That's the first thing they say. So please keep your hands to yourself, to your parents. I know that.
Tiffany, you froze.
Tiffany froze.
Tiffany's froze.
Damn, she ain't saying nothing about Jewish people, did she? All right. Yeah.
She's back. Go ahead, Tiff.
Oh, sorry. Oh, parenting. I'm sorry. I have to start that over a little bit. Parenting, please, parents. We know that children are not born with instructions. It's to the best of your ability. But if you need help with parenting or trying to figure out, please talk to somebody. See if there's something out there, because we don't want our kids to get caught up in situations like this. Because you know what? Once they are part of the system, it's over with. You don't have your children no more. They are wards to the state. Okay? They do not care about your children if they live or die, and they make more money with them being in these facilities. So teach your children, keep your hands to yourself, or you're going to go to jail, or you're gonna die, because somebody's either gonna kill you or you're gonna go to jail. Okay, so please keep your hands to yourself. Shout out to those parents that stood up for the people, and please don't get yourself in trouble trying to whoop these other parents' asses, because they will lock your asses up too. Because you see them parents is going out there trying to fight them parents and stuff. So definitely that. And I want to give a shout out to the Sagittarius season. Kev, it was your birthday yesterday. What is yesterday, right?
Yesterday, November
Happy
22nd.
birthday.
Thank you.
I want to definitely give a shout. As y'all see it in my back, I got all my cards and stuff and my gifts that everyone gave me. I really say appreciate it. I really appreciate my 50th birthday. Shout out to all my people that was born in 1975. This is our 50th year. I really appreciate it. And
75. Woo, you're young. Damn, you're young. 1975. I was driving a
yeah,
car back then.
1970. What you was doing in 75?
Driving a car. You were freaking. You were born then?
Yeah, I was born in 75. Thank you very
Damn, I was
much.
a
That made me
grown
feel good.
man.
That made me feel good. That made me feel good. But yes, definitely, I had a ball last night at my get together that I didn't see none of my co-hosts, but it's all good. Definitely, thank you, God, for letting me see another day, and my mother I was able to see my mother with us. Shout out to my little sister Nikki. My sister Nikki here is in town, y'all. She's here. That's why you don't see her online typing, because she don't be typing it up. Nikki is here with her boys. They came and supported me for my birthday. So shout out to my sister. I love you, and everyone that supported me. So again, make sure y'all like and subscribe and share and let us know what you think.
All right, Kev, anything you want to say before you go? You learn or?
Yeah, I just want to say the website or the Instagram page, Shop Black. I was just strolling and I was just blown away by just all the Black businesses that I saw, and entrepreneurs and Black doctors and lawyers and people of all different types of businesses that have their advertising on there. It just blew me away. Like, we're getting it in, we're doing it, and I always say that on the show all the time. Don't believe the hype that we're all struggling, living in the ghetto, and we can't know where our next fucking meal is gonna come from. There's people out here getting it in, and we should be happy about that. And that was very inspiring to see. Also, one of my favorite groups is The Time. Everybody know The Time, Morris Day and The Time from the movie Purple Rain. My man Jelly Bean Johnson passed away. Jelly Bean is a Sagittarius, and Scorpio like us, Tiff. He celebrated. Jelly Bean Johnson passed away. He celebrated his birthday on November 19th, and he died 2 days later, November 21st. Jelly Bean is the drummer and guitarist with The Time. He's one of the original members. If you saw the movie Purple Rain, you saw him. Yeah, Jelly Bean passed away. Yeah, he passed away 2 days after he celebrated his birthday. His wife posted a picture of them at the State Theater in Minneapolis. They went to a play that honored the movie Purple Rain, a musical, and that was the last picture taken of him. So if you grew up, loving The Time like me, and my mom is a big Time fan, I love The Time. It's one of my favorite groups. And Morris Day and The Time and all those guys. Jelly Bean is one of the original members. He helped, along with Prince, put the Minneapolis sound together, which gave us all the great hits. He also wrote songs for Janet Jackson, a couple of her hits, and he was involved in Alexander O'Neal, Criticize. He wrote that song and produced that song.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so Jelly Bean, Criticize, yeah. That's Jelly Bean's song he put together for Alexander O'Neal. So he was a producer, a drummer, an amazing guitarist. He married, he had children, and he, I don't know what the cause of death was, but he was on tour. The Time is touring right now. So they just had a show last week in New Jersey, and I don't know where he was when he passed away, but he celebrated his birthday with his wife, and then November 19th, and then here, November 21st, he passed away.
At 69 years old, they said he just suddenly passed away. That's what they said.
Yeah, well, that's horrible. Yeah, so I was kind of, and I found it. I woke up on my birthday, November 22nd. I woke up and I'm strolling through Instagram and I see Jelly Bean's face, and I go, "Oh, we celebrate a birthday together." I didn't know that he had died. I just saw a couple of pictures of him, and I go, "Oh, it must be his birthday." And then I start reading and goes, "Passed away." Oh, passed away. Oh my God, I was shocked, man. Yeah, that's crazy, man. So yeah, shout out to Jelly Bean Johnson, man. Thanks for all the
Rest
great
in his,
music.
I remember that beat. First of all, it's very iconic. Prince was popping in the 80s, So when I was growing up, so I really appreciate the drum. The people don't understand them drums.
Oh yeah,
They drums do it for you, boy.
if you listen to the Times music, all of them songs mostly start out with the drums. 777 9311. The drums on that is iconic because he starts that whole show off with the drums, and that whole. A lot of the Times music starts off with Jelly Bean on the drums, and then Morris comes into his thing. So yeah, he was a major part of the group, and yeah, because the whole thing was, he's a major part of producing their hits. And he's a big part of the group, man. And he's gone at 69. That's a damn shame, man. Jelly Bean Johnson, rest in peace. I just wanted to say that before we rode out, man.
All right.
If there's one word that you could use to describe the Minneapolis sound, what would it be?
Funky.
A blend of rock, R&B, and funk. The Minneapolis sound emerged from the city's north side in the late 1970s.
The Minneapolis sound is Prince.
Jelly Bean Johnson, how old were you then?
We had to be 14, 15, 16 years old. Yeah. Oh yeah, we started early, honey.
Is a world-renowned drummer and guitarist.
How that kept us off the streets. It kept us, we had a place where we can go and practice our craft.
Like Prince, he got his start here too.
We had rival bands that were coming up. Prince had Grand Central, we had Flight Time.
How did you know that you had something special?
Well, see, that's the thing, we didn't. We were hoping, wishing and wondering and hoping we was.
An original member of Flight Time and longtime drummer for the time. From Prince to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis to Morris Day, Johnson stands among the greats.
Thank you, Cole.
Back on drums, y'all. My homie since we was 11 years old. Jelly Bean, hop on that cymbal and rap.
Sad news from the Minneapolis scene. Gary Jelly Bean Johnson, the longtime drummer and guitarist best known for co-founding The Time and his work with Prince-affiliated projects, has died at 69. Johnson's career stretched from the birth of the Minneapolis sound to producing hits for other artists. He co-produced Janet Jackson's rock hit Black Cat and played on stage and on screen in Purple Rain. He just celebrated his birthday days earlier. No cause of death has been announced. Colleagues and friends have poured out tributes. Performers who worked with him called him a shaping force behind that era, praising his guitar and drumming chops and remembering his warmth and generosity. Fans worldwide are sharing clips, photos, and memories tonight. We'll update as the family or reps release details. Rest in peace, Jelly Bean, a musician whose beats helped define a generation. Follow us for more celebrity news and gossip.
You wonder how I do it. It's just one simple rule. I'm just cool.
The Time, you have no idea how much I was into The Time.
Yes,
You, man.
yes.
I had the hairdo.
Wait a minute.
Hey, Carl, I'm with you, man. I couldn't get the hairdo, but I had the clothes, man. I still have Morris Day style jackets in my closet right now, man. I was a skinny tie down. Me and my boys we wanted to be the Time so damn bad, man. We used to go to the thrift stores and buy the baggy suits and stuff. And the old man, the skinny ties. We tried desperately to be the Time, bro.
Yeah, listen, I was all over The Time. Morris Day and The Time. I'll try to dig them up. I have pictures.
If you pull out those pictures, and I'm gonna be on the floor, okay? No, that's so cute.
Yeah,
You got pictures,
I love
Carl.
The Time. I absolutely love that. That is my all-time favorite band.
Yeah, man. I've seen them in concert several times, and they're great, man. Morris Day and the Time on stage. They don't play around. They some badasses on stage, man. They so good, man. All of them. I've seen the originals. I mean, I've seen them all. Morris Day. I've seen Morris Day and the Time perform at least 7 times, man. And
Yeah.
I've seen them.
You like them, yeah.
I saw when they opened up for. I've seen Prince in concert 3 times, and twice Morris Day and the Time was with Prince when I went to see Prince, and Morris Day and the Time were the opening act. And and they actually stole the show from Prince one time.
I heard.
And Prince had them.
First person I heard
Prince had them kicked off the tour because they were still in the show. And Prince like, I can't have these cats in front of me. They're too hot. And he kicked them off the show. Yeah.
Yeah, and I heard that
as much as I love Prince, and I think Prince is one of the GOATs. That's why when we had this Michael Jackson debate, who's better between Prince and Michael, I always tell people, I always go back to that story about Prince having the Time kicked off the tour because they were still in the show. Because I don't give a shit who you are. Yeah. Nobody is still in Michael Jackson's spotlight. The Time had the best sets of their life. They would never be able to steal it from Michael. Nobody can outshine Michael Jackson on stage. And that's why I always say, as bad as Prince was, he still had to kick the Time off his tour because they were still in the show. No artist walking this planet got enough balls to take the stage for Michael Jackson. It's impossible.
Let me tell you something. To this day, when I watch Motown 25, Michael Jackson, when he does Billie Jean, I still get goosebumps.
Yeah. Because we was watching it live. We was watching it live.
We watched it live. Yeah, we watched it live when we was like young kids. But here's the other thing about that whole thing. When you just said the goosebumps about Billie Jean, I get goosebumps watching the Jackson 5 when they came out because we grew in my household, the most Black American kids, Carl, grew up. The Jacksons are our Kennedys, you know how white people, the Kennedys are to white people. That's the Jacksons are our Kennedys. You know, they're our royalty back in the day. We grew up. They had a cartoon, the Jackson cartoon. Yeah. I wore a Michael Jackson t-shirt on stage last night. I did a show last night in Brewster, New York, and I had my Michael Jackson t-shirt on stage. I don't usually wear t-shirts on stage, but I had to wear the Michael shirt on stage last night. The Jacksons to us, man, are so special because we grew up watching them on Soul Train, and we would not miss Michael Jackson on Soul Train, the Jackson 5, that whole era of the Jackson 5 was like, we would run home to our little black and white TV sets to see the Jackson 5 back in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? They were just special to us like that. So we wanted to be the Jacksons. My brother, my sister, our neighborhood friends, we used to get in the backyard with brooms as guitars and fake microphones, and we would play the Jackson 5 record and dance like that. We wanted to be Michael Jackson in the Jackson 5 so bad as teenagers growing up, you know?
Michael Jackson was my man. But look, you had Scooby D too. I ain't never heard Michael playing an instrument. He didn't have to because he sung, okay? He sung and he entertained, and he was the cutest little thing. Everybody was trying to get Michael and his brothers to come and perform. So
and that's always the argument. And Prince is extremely talented, beyond talent, unfairly talented. You know, he's my number 2 GOAT. It's Michael Jackson, then Prince.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody else can mess with Prince other than Michael Jackson. You know, I don't think those 2 guys right there is Michael Jackson, then Prince. And the only other person I can mention in the name of Michael Jackson and Prince is Stevie Wonder. And then there's everybody else.
Right.
Those
Basically.
three right there. Michael Jackson, Prince, and Stevie Wonder, then everybody else. You know, then everybody
Stevie
else.
Wonder can't see nobody, and his music is amazing.
Stevie Wonder is an amazing artist. His catalog is beyond amazing. Michael Jackson, Prince, and Stevie Wonder are the most amazing performers, entertainers, and singers and songwriters ever walked this planet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you can dispute that though. I don't see how you can dispute that.
I don't know who had the testicles to get on here and dispute that.
No.
you take the body of work of those three men I just mentioned and tell me who else stands in that category. Is not even close. It's nobody can touch
Not even
those
close.
three.
You know how much money they made off of those black entertainers? They made
Yeah.
millions and billions, billions of dollars off of us. So please.
You know what?
Yeah.
I was watching some videos today, and I found out that Rod Stewart and a couple of hit songs they had, they stole the melodies from black artists.
Really?
Yes.
Yes, like Rod.
Wow.
Do You Think I'm Sexy? He stole
Yeah.
a black artist, and there's another one that, and you would think that these white artists are coming up with this shit. No, they took a part of the song and they tried to make it into their own. But obviously whoever wrote the song figured it out and they had to pay him royalties.
Yeah. Well, by the way, Scooby-Doo too, Michael did play the piano. He did play the piano. I do know that from watching documentaries on him. He played the piano. He didn't play it on stage. He wasn't there for that. He was there to sing and dance. And Michael dancing was so good that people forget how great a singer he was. He also was an amazing singer. I mean, from the time he was 6 years old, he was an amazing singer. He sang better than most adults as a kid. Forget about adult Michael Jackson. The kid Michael Jackson blew most people away. When he was 8, he blew most people away, So is nobody. Michael Jackson, Prince, and Stevie Wonder stand on an island by themselves, and that's just it. That's end of story. Those three guys right there, they're the GOATs.
That's it.
And we still have Stevie. We don't have Michael and Prince anymore. We got their music, but we still have Stevie with us.
Stevie is holding on to their life because he don't see everything. Because he don't see everything, that saved him. Because imagine if he would have saw all this nastiness out here. Shit.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo might bring up the Beatles, but I don't think that's
No, keep the Beatles to yourself because Michael Jackson bought their daggone what you call that? Their thing, and they was mad as hell. What's they masters or whatever they catalog.
Yeah.
And none of those guys the Beatles, Elvis, none of those guys can F with Prince, Michael Jackson, and Stevie Wonder. It just can't happen.
No.
Nobody can touch those three guys.
Not to talk.
Catalog wise, period, man. It can't happen.
I like to throw Bob Marley in there, but that's another.
Bob Marley he's a different genre. You
He's
understand? He's reggae music, reggae conscious music. So that's a totally different thing. But we're talking about pop and music. They actually Michael Jackson crossed over. You understand what I'm saying? If you listen to a lot of Bob Marley, he was trying to really cross over more into the black community. Because you had a lot of them. A lot of his performances was around white people. White people was going to those concerts. So as soon as he was trying to get over to the black, that's when he got sick. Imagine if he was singing more with the consciousness with us. We would have started listening and building in our head and stuff like that. But Bob Marley is in a class by himself. He's
iconic. You're right. He's iconic.
Yes.
He's in a class by himself also. But I don't think he didn't live long enough to he's in a class by himself. He's a different animal than the three guys we're talking about. But yeah.
All right,
but maybe for Carl because he's from the islands. You understand what I'm saying? That could be it too.
Hey, yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess an Asian guy gonna say Bruce Lee is the best martial artist ever.
For me, Bob Marley is it for me. Bob Marley is the top of the top for me.
Right. I believe that. I wouldn't have a problem.
Scooby Doo is not. He said we killed John Lennon, so he's not happy about that.
Damn.
Wait a minute. We didn't shoot John Lennon. That wasn't our business.
That was a
We
white
did
guy.
not do that. That was some crazy, wacky white boy that did that. That was white on white
Black people have
crime.
never assassinated anybody. Well, we had the DC snipers, but other than those two fools, nobody else.
They were down. First of all, he was molesting that boy. He was a fucking predator. Excuse me. He was a predator. So that's totally different. But no, we didn't shoot John Lennon. You know, that's sad that he went down like that. You know, he didn't even see it coming either.
Yeah, wow. All right, so we're gonna go out. I want to thank everyone again for watching the show. Please like, share, subscribe, and we will see you guys next Sunday. And we're gonna go out on some Jelly Bean, and then of course our theme song.
Can't you see, you and me? It sounds so nasty. Get it up, let your hair hang down. We could fool around. Don't you know? I want you so. Make it happen. Oh. There's nothing wrong with freaking on.
Get it out.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. You in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know, with Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We're giving you empathy, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all your schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.